Today we're getting into the details of Xiaomi's upcoming YU7 SUV. Based on, well, the latest reports coming out, there's definitely a lot of anticipation. And we really want to figure out exactly where this vehicle fits in the market and, what kind of impact it might actually have.
Exactly. Yeah, these initial reports, they really set the stage. It's not just the excitement, but also that big question. How will it stack up against some pretty established players out there? So our goal today is to cut through the noise a bit, understand the strategy, the features people are talking about, and, well, what it all means for the EV market.
Okay, so the buzz is definitely real for this SUV. Launch expected in July, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like Xiaomi moved pretty quickly to manage those price expectations, especially the early rumors, the really low ones.
That's right. Yeah, back on May 22nd at the unveiling, the CEO, Junlei, he directly addressed that 199,000 yuan starting price rumor. He basically ruled it out. So by clarifying it be in a higher bracket, they're signaling pretty clearly, okay, we're aiming for the premium segment here.
Which makes sense.
It avoids stepping on the toes of the SU7 sedan too,
Yeah.
Keeps things distinct.
Yeah, that makes sense. A strategic move then, leaning into more premium features, differentiating it from the SU7. So this YU7, it's really Xiaomi's first big push into the premium SUV space, a definite shift from the sportier SU7's sedan focus. What are some of the key features then that the reports suggest justify this step up?
Well, a few things stand out. They're really emphasizing an upscale interior. Things like this panoramic hypervision dashboard, sounds fancy, suggests a real focus on a high-tech, luxurious feel inside. But maybe even more significant is the tech, especially the autonomous driving system. They're talking about a 700 TOPS lidar-assisted system.
Wow, 700 TOPS. That's quite a number.
It is. That kind of processing power for driver assistance, it really puts the YU7 right in the conversation with vehicles known for their, smart capabilities.
It does sound impressive, and it's already apparently drawing attention from buyers looking at some serious competition. You mentioned established players.
Yeah, people considering things like the Zeekr 7X, obviously the Tesla Model Y, and even the Huawei-backed Luxeed R7.
Okay, so that's quite the competitive set. That tells you something.
Absolutely. And that landscape, it just makes Xiaomi's pricing strategy even more critical, doesn't it? They've got this delicate balancing act. Be competitive, attract buyers, but also, make money, maintain those margins.
Right. And like you said, avoid cannibalizing their own SU7 sales. Can't price them too close.
Exactly. They need clear water between the two models.
But it does seem like a key part of the plan is taking on Tesla directly. On price, at least.
Precisely. The reports strongly suggest they intend to price the YU7 under the Tesla Model Y in China. Right now, the Model Y is, 263,500 up to maybe 313,500 yuan. So this mirrors what they did with the SU7 versus the Model 3.
Right. Undercut the main rifle.
Yeah. The goal seems to be grabbing those buyers who want premium features, maybe that LiDAR system, the nice interior, but are still very, very price-conscious, value seekers in the premium space, if you like.
That makes a lot of sense. A compelling package, slightly more accessible price. Okay, zooming out a bit. How does the YU7 fit into Xiaomi's bigger picture? Beyond just selling this one SUV model, thinking about economies of scale, supply chains, that sort of thing.
That's a really crucial point. The SU7's success, even early on, probably gave them more clout with suppliers already, higher volumes, right?
Sure.
So bringing in the YU7 lets them build on that, leverage those economies of scale even further, spreading fixed costs R&D manufacturing setup across two models instead of one. That helps efficiency. It helps bargaining power.
And potentially helps keep future prices competitive, too.
Potentially, yes. It strengthens their whole EV operation.
And the initial buzz, those demand forecasts, they sound huge. That would certainly help achieve scale quickly if it pans out.
Oh, absolutely. Those forecasts. Some reports are talking maybe exceeding 200,000 pre-orders in the first 24 hours.
200,000 in a day.
Yeah. Now, we have to see if that actually happens, but if that level of interest is real, wow, that puts immense pressure on their production, their delivery.
Massive pressure. Meeting that kind of initial surge would be a huge operational test for them.
Definitely a big challenge. A good problem to have, maybe, but still a challenge.
Okay, so putting it all together, let's talk estimated pricing tiers. What are we actually looking at for the different versions? This helps sort of visualize where it sits.
Right. So based on the reports and analysis floating around, The estimated starting price for the YU7 looks to be somewhere around 245,900 yuan.
Okay, about 34,100 US dollars roughly.
Yeah, give or take. And that positions it neatly above the base SU7 sedan, which starts around 215,900 yuan. So it clearly justifies that premium SUV tag. Then you'd expect a Pro version. Probably adds things like air suspension, dual motors for all-wheel drive, maybe around 275,900 yuan. That's about 38,300 USD.
Yeah.
And then a top-tier Max version. More features, maybe faster charging, all the bells and whistles that could reach up towards, say, 329,900 yuan.
Which is around 45,800 USD.
Approximately, yeah.
So even that top Max version, based on these estimates, is likely coming in under the higher end of the Model Y's price range in China.
Exactly.
It really does look like a very, very deliberate strategy. Calculated, carve out that space just below Tesla in the mid to high-end electric SUV segment.
That seems to be the play. Offer compelling tech, especially that LiDAR and the interior experience, at a price point that really makes people currently looking at a Model Y stop and think how well the YU7 is received. That'll be a huge test for Xiaomi. Can they really transfer that brand power and tech reputation from phones over to the super competitive EV world? It's fascinating to watch.
It really is. That's a great look into the upcoming Xiaomi YU7. Thanks for diving deep with us today. Be sure to subscribe and join us next time for more insightful explorations.